listening to your favorite song, or watching your favorite artist in concert. You feel the raw, powerful emotions that surge through your body, all from sound. An invisible symphony vibrating through the air, bending through spaces, brushing past surfaces, and shaping moments. Feel the energy. This is sound. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how I experienced that feeling with my 5.1 speaker setup. The first time I climbed into my dad's truck, I felt it, a vibe that wrapped around me like a warm, familiar coat. The scent of worn leather mixed with a faint tinge of motor oil filled the air. As the engine rumbled to life, a beat kicked in. Deep and steady, rattling the console. It was Scarface, his voice cutting through the air with raw emotion, the words flowing like poetry hardened by life. That CD never left the player, spinning endlessly, a soundtrack woven into every ride. At first, I listened in awe, the rhythm syncing with the heartbeat of the road beneath us, and before long, I found myself rapping along, each lyric rolling off my tongue like I had known them forever. And just when I thought I had nailed a verse, my dad gave me the classic side eye and said, "You better hope Scarface never hears that." That's where the spark caught, the moment my love for music rooted itself, wrapped in the bass-heavy hum of that old truck. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little short story about how I came to fall in love with music. At the time, I was listening on some Sony WH-MX 1004s, something like that, some long shit like that, man. Sony. What are you thinking? What are they thinking when they make those names? Can't they condense it down and chop off all the extra zeros? I don't know. I don't work there, but I was listening to those for a while and they were great. You know, they were closed back, noise canceling. You know, I take them to the gym. I don't hear shit. I'm just jamming out to my song, pumping the weights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bumping that Gunna. But I'm just telling y'all, the step up from those to speakers is crazy, because with headphones, the sound is mainly in your head. The sound is going straight to your ears, versus with speakers, it's a full body experience. You can feel the energy in the air. Your whole body is into it, not just your ears, right? You can feel the bass in your chest. It's day and night difference. To this day, like, these speakers were one of my best investments. Yes, I said investments because it's a return on investment, right? Like, I use these speakers every day. If I'm watching a YouTube video, I want to listen to some music, these speakers are getting cut on. And to me, that's the benefit. I was already listening to music. I'm already watching movies or TV. Why not get speakers to just bring that enjoyment level up to 1,000? Because I remember before, when I was listening to TV shows or something, you know, you're constantly turning up the volume to hear what they're saying, and then you got to turn it down when the explosions happen, because the explosions are super loud. The dialogue is so quiet, you can't hear it. With speakers, all that fuss is gone. Everything sounds great. You don't have to keep fiddling with the remote. You can turn it up loud and the vocals are loud. The explosions are loud. Everything is audible. It's clear. I can't tell you, I have not had to use closed captions or do anything like that ever since I got my speakers. Everything is crystal clear. I can hear it. And oh my God, music, bruh. Don't even get me started on music. Man. So if you were thinking about upgrading to some speakers, this is your sign to do it. Now that I've convinced you to buy some speakers, right? What type of speakers? What's the setup looking like? How much is it gonna cost? All right, I got you. So for my speaker setup, I have a 5.1 speaker setup. I have 3 speakers in the front and 2 speakers in the back. The 3 speakers up front are all KEF Q350s, and the 2 speakers in the back are Polk OMW3s. Now, in addition to the speakers, you're also going to need a receiver. My receiver is the Yamaha TSR 700. Oh, I almost forgot the point one, the subwoofer. For my subwoofer, I went with the SVS SB1000. And all right, I know it's a lot already. But you don't have to spend all of that at one time. You can start off with just a 2.1 system, and that's going to be your best starting position. You get the stereo speakers and you get a subwoofer and you get that sound, that speaker level fidelity, clarity, and punch if you start off with a 2.1 system. So I say if that is more up your alley, try doing that. That's what I did. And then slowly but surely, I found myself here at a 5.1 full surround sound speaker setup. To connect everything, you'll also need some speaker wire. And this depends on if you get powered speakers or if you get passive speakers. The KEF Q350s that I have are passive speakers, which simply means that they need power from the receiver. The receiver gives the speakers power so they make sound. If you have active speakers, they have an amplifier built in. So you just connect them to an outlet, to a plug, and they make sound on their own. That's the basics. That's it, right? Passive and active. If you're someone who wants less cables, you want less fuss, I'd look for active speakers. But if you're looking for the best sound quality, I'd recommend going passive, right? So it's a trade-off. Do you want less clutter or do you want better sound? Now, the sound difference is not drastic. I don't want to make it seem like active speakers don't sound good, because they do. But I've only had experience with passive speakers, so I can't really speak too much to active, but I can recommend wholeheartedly going for passive speakers. And you can hide the speaker wire. It's not that thick, right? You can get raceway cables. I just kind of have mine hiding behind my cabinets, going to the receiver. You can't really see them. And then for my surround sounds, I have them running around the baseboards to the receiver, so they're out of sight. They don't really cause that much clutter to me. You may look at it differently if you want a cable-free setup. So that's what you need to know, passive and active speakers. So those are all the components that you need to make a 5.1 speaker setup. Now, if you want to take it a step further, what you can do is get some room treatment. And that's what this big ass black thing back here on my wall is room treatment. It's called a bass trap. That's what they call it, right? And by the name, you could probably guess what it does, right? It traps bass. Now, the reason that this is important is because if you go in an empty room, big or small, and you clap, you hear a loud echo. But like if I clap, hold on, let me get on the mic real quick. You don't really hear that much echo. It's kind of dry. And that's a good thing when you're listening to speakers for music, your movies, whatever you're doing with them. You don't want all that echo bouncing off the walls and getting blended in with the speaker sound coming directly from it. It's going to fuzzy up the sound, not make it as clear. And you paid all this money for these speakers. So here's what I would recommend. If you have a certain budget, I'd say instead of blowing all your budget on the speakers and getting the most expensive you can, I'd say split the budget between room treatment and speakers. Now, when I say room treatment, right, I am not talking talking about these foam pads that you can get off Amazon. No disrespect to people who buy them, but know that if you're looking to treat your room, those are doing absolutely nothing for you. Now, let me say this. I was a victim, okay? I was a victim. I bought these bass traps off of Amazon, right? They came all squished up and I had to put them in a tub to let them expand and get big, right? That took like a day. I'm doing all this work. I stapled them to the wall. I'll probably overlay some B-roll of what that looks like, still stuck to my wall, right? The little staples of the black pieces. I mean, they just looked ugly. They looked horrible, right? Some might say this doesn't look that much better. But in my opinion, that kind of looks a little bit better than the ones that I had up. And if I can find a picture of the ones that I had, I'll put those in the video too. But I mean, bruh, it was rough. They stayed up for all of about, I wouldn't even say a week. They just looked horrible. I noticed no sound difference. They do nothing. So do not waste your money on those Amazon soundproofing foam boards, cartons, triangles, whatever you get. Do not waste your money on them. That's not what I'm talking about when I say sound treatment, okay? I was a victim. I went through it, so I'm trying to save you the pain, the hassle of going through that. When I say sound treatment, I'm talking about stuff like this. It doesn't have to be that drastic, right? But I'm talking about really dense, heavy materials, insulation, rock wool, Corning 709. You want to get something thick, and you can look it up on YouTube. You can make your own. You don't have to go and buy some. It's cheaper, and you get the satisfaction of making it yourself. That's what I did for my first one that I have right in the middle behind my TV. Me and my dad, we went outside in the backyard. We chopped up some wood, threw some fabric over it, right? And I have my own DIY acoustic treatment in my room. There's a difference in the sound, right? It sounds clearer. It sounds better. There's less reverberation in my room. So then after that, I was like, okay, I got to get some more. Now, while I did enjoy building it, I can say if you have the money, buy some, right? And that's what I did the second time around. I bought some from a website called GIK Acoustics, GIK, and I must say they do the same thing, but they are significantly more expensive. So now that you have your sound treatment up, you have all your speaker equipment. Now all you have to do is put it together. And this isn't complicated or hard. The hardest part about it would be connecting the speaker wire to the speaker. Now for this, I would recommend getting some banana plugs. And this just makes it easier to connect the speaker wire to the speaker. So now that you have everything set up, your speakers are connected, your sound treatment is up. Okay, it's coming together now. You can see it starting to form. And the last thing to do, honestly, is just enjoy it. Turn on your favorite song, watch your favorite movie, and just get lost in it. Get lost in it, right? Let it take you away and just feel the vibes, right? Just feel it in the air. All right, I hope I convinced you to go out and blow all your money on speakers. If I did, mission accomplished. If I didn't, comment and let me know why not. Why are you not going to get speakers after watching this video? I mean, was I not convincing enough? My emotions that I was trying to convey? I'm telling you, bruh, speakers, go get you some. Oh shit, yo. Almost died right there. Fuck. Whispers when you hear the thunder rumble in your chest. Woo. All right, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. All right.
I need to smile or?
No, that was perfect. How you doing? Just play into it, you know, like you. Yeah. And you better hope Scarface never hears that, you know.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I'm pretending like I'm rapping along with the words, you know, I'm getting it. I'm gonna put this in slow-mo, you know.